Hi, thank you so much. The first advice I will give is for them to properly and study the workings of AREAi and be patient with themselves while they also do that because um, it could actually be a bit or sound a bit overwhelming, but with time and you know, I believe they'll be able to figure it out. So the best advice I'll give is for them to be patient with themselves while they, um, learn as much as they can. Just patience, just a key word for me. Uh, I'll actually say there are, there are lots of co-workers here that I've picked one or two things from actually, and all thanks to AREAi anyways because um, it's a room filled with knowledgeable people over different concepts, different aspects of work. So for me, I think the co-work, I'll say there are lots of them, or I'll just mention a few. I would say in terms of writing, my writing skills and all of that, I would say Charles. Then in terms of life, I would say Mr. Michael. And in terms of, I also say life, or maybe in terms of understanding people and getting to, you know, be more empathic towards people, I would say maybe Samambo Ayomi Posse. Yeah, I mean, I believe everyone, well, all everyone needs is an opportunity most times, and the basis of our lives are days we turn challenges into opportunities and opportunities into realistic success. So for me, I think with the opportunity AREAi is providing, most of these people will actually like change the story of not just their family but their community in the long run. So I believe their condition is not permanent. Theirs is only a matter of time. The fear of failure. Um, I don't just want to end up as someone that had potential. That is my greatest fear, and that is my greatest motivator, to just end up as someone that had potential. I wake up with that fear every morning, and I know that just one silly mistake could actually make that fear come true. So I always try as much as possible to avert that fear by working, improving on myself, because just one step, just one mistake, just one miscalculated step could actually bring that ugly dream, not dream per se, that ugly thing to life. Yeah, for the future of AREAi, I think we are there already, or we are very, very close to there. AREAi is going to stun not just Nigeria in a couple of years, like we're already doing that. That's why I say we are already there. I mean, or very, very close. We're at the verge of that already. For the future of AREAi, I see AREAi, reaching as much as beneficiaries as much as possible across Africa. So there are great times to come, great things to come for AREAi. And I'm not saying this because I work here, but because I know the workings of AREAi and understand that we have a founder that's vision driven, that is dedicated, that is committed to what he wants to do. He knows exactly what he wants. So that alone is a pointer in the right direction. So we have a chief image maker who is actually good at what he does, who is very, very excellently intelligent, and so I think the future of AREAi is promising, and yeah, that's it for me. Interestingly, I was telling someone this a couple of days ago. I mean, for me, I think I just want to retire at the age of 50. I mean, 50 it is for me, and just sail around the world, something like that. So, I mean, I could be doing other things, but I mean, for me, work stops at 50. But I mean, other things not so tedious. Maybe I'll continue with that, but majorly, I want to stop working at the age of 50. I was hoping you're not going to say that. Ayo. We started as colleagues. I mean, she was referring to me as colleague some months ago, I mean, and all of that. But we've grown fond of each other. We've grown to appreciate and understand each other. And that, for me, is the highlight of our friendship and relationship, because she gets me in ways whereby other people will not get me, and all of those things. And it's always good that sometimes you get home, and when I noticed this connection was a day whereby I was having a tough day, long day, very, very tough day, and I got home and I was about dialing a number and I saw her calling me already, and I was like, oh wow, that's nice. So she always cheers me up, she's always there, she's always someone to rely on. So for me, I mean, that's it. There are a lot of those, I must say. There are a lot of those, but I think the one that stands out for me most is having to work on a report, project report with Prince. So we sat down together that day working on it, and we worked till as much as 8, 9 p.m. that night on the report. So for me, that was like the highlight of my. It felt so important to me because it was so important. Not felt. It was so important to me because I got to learn the bits I could learn from him that day, and also, it was just so amazing for me actually. So amazing. What surprised me the most about my job is the fact that I've had to work across different departments, and interestingly, there was a day APIF asked me, "What department are you actually in?" And that was actually very, very funny to me. So what interests me the most about my job is the fact that I collaborate with different departments, media. Maybe I'm proofreading something before they publish. Working with the CDO's office, working with the boss, Prince, working with even the M&E department as well. So that's what interests me about my job actually. I think it has to be with, maybe I should have communicated more with people and made more friends. I think that should be it. Yeah, I think so. I grew up timid. I grew up in an environment where I was always bullied and all of those things. So having to walk through all of those things to get to where I am currently. I grew up as a teenager that was always failing in school to where I am now. I had to put a lot of work, a lot of commitment, a lot of dedication. So I think I am cool to some extent. Yeah, I think super proud would be the word. I think I'm a little bit of the both. I feel if you think and don't do, it's bad. And if you do and don't think, it's also bad. So there should be a balance. You think strategically and you implement wisely. The coolest culture for me, I think, will be the Monday review meetings that we always have and how it sets the tone for the week and all of that. You have everyone present, everyone, focused on such days like that. So for me, it sets the tone for not just the week, but for the day as well. And you just hit the ground running and all of this. So for me, that Monday meetings are actually very strategic and very, very important, actually. So I think you know the answer to that question already. I think there is an answer to that question already. The co-worker I message the most, I think, is Ayo, and that is because we have a lot to talk about, and she's vision driven. She has a lot of stairs and all of those things. So our conversations are not just, tailored towards a particular subject matter. So it's about life, about lots of things. So that's why I message her that much. Actually, we share a connection and all of those things. Oh, I think it has to be a pupil at New Kochingoro. Oh, I remember because I had to facilitate. I had to stand in for their facilitator on a particular day when she wasn't around, and she answered all the questions I was throwing to the class. She was always, eager to answer the questions and all of those things. And the next day I went there, I didn't even recognize her. I just saw her come to hug me and all of those things. So for me, actually, it's actually interesting how the smile you can actually put on the faces of those children truly to act. The class was very, very interactive, and so that's why I remember her so much. I don't think so. Okay, let's just say I grew up as one of those kids that had different interests as I age. So there was a time I wanted to be in the military. There was a time I wanted to, there was a time I wanted to be a lawyer, and there was a time I wanted to work in the bank. Growing up, I wanted to be a soldier because of movies I watched, my experiences and all of those things. So there was just this zeal to be a soldier and all of those things. To carry guns and change the world. But it's interesting to see that I'm changing the world in a different dimension through provision of education. And they say pen is mightier in this world. So I guess it's a win-win. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Bye.